Hey everybody, I'm back again with my fourth monthly progress video. Last month was not quite as eventful as I had initially expected it to be. It wasn't bad. It was just there was a lot of hurdles that I experienced that I know what to. I learned a lot of lessons last month is really what it comes down to. Um, so the month before, where I said that I had made $10,000, that wasn't what I. That's not what I made May. That's what I was projecting to make in June. I think a lot of you guys that watched this or the last month progress video heard the 10,000 was like, wow, he made it so big or whatever, which 10,000 a month really isn't that great. It's not bad either. Um, but, anyways, that's what I projected I would make this month based off of contracts. And I over expected how quickly we would fulfill client contracts. And then I had also incorporated in monthly revenue that didn't actually end up happening. And I'll get into all of that. But so one of the lessons that I learned, one of the people I was working with was out of the UK, and I was partnering with him and a close friend of mine out of South Africa. And me and the guy in South Africa, we were charging the guy in the UK £4,000 a month or 5,400 USD a month. And then what ended up happening, which that was part of last or this month's revenue that I was accounting for, June's revenue that I was accounting for. And then what ended up happening was about a week into it, he ended up coming to us and say, "Hey guys, look, I'm just going to be honest with you. This isn't quite what I expected it to be. I don't think I'm quite getting my values worth," which kind of hurt to hear. But it's okay because that was a lesson we didn't quite understand exactly what his expectations were. And realistically speaking, I'm still new in business. My partner's still pretty new in business, and we didn't fully know what was going to be expected of us. And so what ended up happening was we just couldn't provide the value that we had initially promised or what he thought we were going to give. And that sucked. That really did suck. But it's okay because we have recently been exploring new avenues. So that $5,400 a month that I had projected for, which my cut was $2,200 a month, is no longer there. And then I did have another partnership that I thought that it was going through for $1,000 a month, which actually ended up not happening. But that one was supposed to be a group of people that I was partnering with out of Wisconsin. And what ended up happening with that, when I said that I counted that into the projection for June because I was pretty sure that was going to happen. But they ended up talking me into wanting to do an actual partnership with them. And it was going to be a four-way split for equity and forming a whole new company based around AI. And I was like, you know what? That kind of sounds cool. I'll have my hands in a few different companies. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. And so I was pursuing that with them, and I was working on a few projects. But what ended up happening was because I'm trying to put myself in a few different directions, I essentially stretched myself too thin. And they came to me and said, like, look, we need a full time developer. And we thought that you were going to be essentially coding for 12 hours a day or like working with AI for like 12 hours a day for us. And and to be honest with you, I never initially promised that, so I don't know why that was the impression. But basically, they wanted somebody that was going to be all theirs, and the fact that I had prior obligations and I couldn't basically give them 100% of my attention, it just didn't work out. I could have if I wanted to, but the way I look at it is, why would I give something that I'm only entitled to 25% equity to 100% of my attention when I've got something that I'm entitled to 100% equity to that also requires 100% of my attention? Um, and basically, if I would have given them the attention that they needed from me, my main company that's actually not doing bad would have ended up suffering on the consequences. So we ended up coming to a mutual agreement that like it wasn't working out. What they needed, it wasn't what I was able to offer, and that was understood. I understood it, and they understood it. We didn't end on bad terms, and we still plan on working together in the future. But as of right now, we're not going to be moving forward together. So that kind of killed some of the monthly revenue as well. Then another thing that happened was I over projected how quickly we would be able to fulfill clients. So my main partnership that I'm working with, not legally partnership, I just call it a partnership, Roofing Business Partners, RBP. Um, we had our final product out and we were starting to fulfill and service clients. And I thought it was going to be a much quicker process than anticipated, but I did not account for the fact that we were still in the launch phase and we had a lot of um, refinement that needed to be done. We didn't like, yeah, we understood the solution that we built out, but I guess we didn't fully understand what was going to be expected of us to deliver to a client. And that's really kind of what held us up. So we are currently up to, so, okay, the income that I had projected, I thought those clients were going to be fulfilled by this month. They didn't end up getting fulfilled yet. But one of them is actually just around the corner. We just ended up having one pretty much done today. So that's good. Waiting to finalize and present that to the owners later this week. So that's really cool. Um, Sometime in the next couple weeks, we will have a few projects presented and handed off. It is starting to pick up. I've created a assets requirement document that I'm going to need from them because what ended up happening was we got a work order from them, but we didn't have any information. We had no knowledge to go off of. We didn't know what the client's deliverables were. We didn't know what their needs were. We didn't know how to customize it for their use case, and that's where I fell short of. I didn't I guess in the back of my mind, I knew that was going to be a thing, but I didn't really account for it the way I should have because I didn't understand exactly what it looked like. But I can promise you, I'm not making that same mistake again because what turned into what should have been a 1 week deliverable has now carried on for about a month and a half. And it's been painstaking to say the least. Now, some issues are not our fault. Sometimes it is a holdup between client communication and us because you can only twist the client's arm so much, so to speak, not actually twisting their arm, but like it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Like you need information and it might take a few business days to get the information. Um, and that's the nature of that beast. But one thing that I built out was a assets requirement document. So basically, anytime a originally the process was RBP sells a product and then we get a work order and then that's it. Okay, nothing in between. We didn't have anything to go off of, which was horrible. Now, for us to receive a work order and for me to sign off on a work order, we need all the information for their knowledge base, their credentials, the client information, like the specifications for the build out, their use case. Like we're getting all that stuff. A good example, we had one client that has taken almost a month and a half. And now we have a second client, which we actually have about 6 now, but I'm using these two because they're pretty much identical. The second client that was identical to the one that's taken almost a month and a half, we got the work order and I did not sign off until we had everything we needed. I signed off on that Friday and we had it built out over the weekend. Okay, testing, that's good. The only thing that we're lacking is we need to figure out the full knowledge base build out because there are some things that still need to be added to it. The CRM that's going to be connected to it. And then we also need to get certain accounts created in the Google Cloud platform for them, just so that we're not tying it directly to a testing account every time. But once those 3 things are done, like, I mean, it's literally ready for handoff right now. It just needs to have, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have everything that you need and you know what you're doing, you know what the process looks like because you've already done it. You just took a month and a half process of back and forth and cut it down to a weekend. Okay, it might still take like a week to get these last few pieces and some fine tuning. But point is, I mean, what is that? Like 4 times, 5 times faster? So definitely learned a large lesson with that one. That's huge. Another thing is that we are looking into what it looks like to start considering different agents. So right now, this current project we're working on is considered Agent 1. And what Agent 1 does, it takes a client intake form, it calls a voice agent. The voice agent live on call can extract their house details live from Google Maps. It can pull available appointment slots that are already route optimized through a platform called Arrivy. Fantastic platform. Highly recommended if you need like a booking platform with route optimization. Great platform. And it integrates really well with the API. Like the API documents are a little bit confusing, but once you know it, like you know it, they're not bad. And their service team or their support team is phenomenal as well. Um, so it books appointments through there. It gathers slots through Arrivy as well. It sends mid-call webhooks for service types. It has a knowledge base. It has an end-call transcript that gets sent to a CRM. It backs everything up for the initial call in a CRM as well. And we're slowly adding more things to it. We're currently in the process of getting inbound calling working and getting SMS working through Twilio. Um, Another roadblock I learned with Twilio, apparently to get SMS done through there, you need to get approved for something called A2P. And when I submitted the application, it said that I have to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get my application approved. Like, that's freaking ridiculous just to get a phone number that you can use for text messaging, but whatever, not my business. Well, I guess it is my business. Twilio, if you're watching this, you need to improve this process, make it quicker. But anyways, so that's pretty cool. We've got a lot of things on the horizon. Another thing that we're going to start looking into sometime in the near future, hopefully, is a second agent. So all of that stuff I just described, that's agent one. Agent two, what we're wanting to do with this is basically we're wanting to have it record presentations and then take this back to um, so that like when God, how do I put this? I don't know very much. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't know enough on it. The project details aren't even written out. And I might even be in a breach of contract by talking about it. So I'm just not even going to talk about it. Just going to leave that one alone for now. But anyways, yeah, we've got two other agents that we're actually talking about doing. So we've got we've got agent one that's already done right now, and we're looking into agent two, and then very soon agent three as well. So that's very cool. Um, Let me think here. Okay, I have no idea what just happened there. I just had some technical difficulties, but essentially, yeah, we've got some things there we're working on here, and in the very near future, I think within the next 2 to 3 months, we will start working on some more actual agent build outs. I want to go on the record here and say that I want to personally apologize to you guys because I know a lot of the reason why some of you watch these AI related videos isn't to hear some up and coming business owner. I don't even know if I'd classify myself up and coming, but this new business owners talk about what they are doing. You guys want to see what people are actually doing. And it actually kills me that I'm not able to physically show you the workflows because I know a lot of you are seeing all these YouTubers out there showing you these cool, intricate workflows. I'm bound by contract. What we're doing here is a completely customizable project that it's never been done before. And so we're worried that if, this isn't just like your basic workflow that books appointments or, manages invoices or monitors emails. This is a very complex, dynamic workflow that has close to 100 nodes in it. They all speak to one another. Several different workflows happen at the same time. There's a voice agent tied to it. There's scripting that's going on behind the scenes. I mean, it's a lot, and I would love to show you guys, but unfortunately, I can't. I hope you guys don't hold that against me too much. Let me know in the comments if you want me to actually create some like tutorial videos for some things. Maybe you like the way I present stuff. I don't have a problem putting together some tutorials on actual workflows. I don't spend a lot of my time building workflows right now because I'm too busy trying to manage a lot of other things. But I have gotten nitty gritty into some of the building myself. Like today I was just on a meeting for 3 hours getting something very complex figured out and resolved, and we got it resolved before the main the main client facing meeting today, which was awesome. So things are big. We got a lot of things moving. Now I know that you guys are really interested to hear about what my projections are for next month and how much I earned this month. So that's a lot of people when they watch these videos, they say, wow, the money you're making is great. And that's what everybody wants to hear about. So let's get to the part that everybody wants to hear about. All right. So after running some numbers here, what was made last month was not anywhere near the $10,000 like I thought I was going to make. You guys already heard the issues with it, but basically, let me just cut to it. $2,100. So not very great. But this month, I am on track to make, assuming we get all clients that we have right now, which I think is actually reasonable. 3 of them we've been working on for over a month now. One of them is going to be, 2 of them should actually be fulfilled this week. Another one should be fulfilled within at least another maybe 2 weeks. And then we just received 3 more full contracts on Wednesday that should be completely paid or completely finalized by the end of the month, hopefully. That's the plan, anyways. They are smaller contracts. They're pretty much replicas of what we've already built. So if I don't have these fulfilled by the end of the month, I mean, like, what am I even doing? So with all those contracts combined, they are currently sitting at $5,000 is what I'm projected to make this month. That is not including change orders that might occur or other revenue that might come in, or maintenance, because once we get one of these things deployed, we are going to have to fulfill maintenance tickets. So that's going to be a thing. And so things are coming up, and I will get more work orders coming in by the end of the month. So, but last month we didn't really make any money. That is what it is. This month, I'll be damned if we don't make more than we did last month. It's going to happen, regardless. Like, it's going to happen. So, yep, it's not as much as I did. I kind of shot myself in the foot for the reoccurring revenue, but hey, what can you do? I'm learning lessons. It's really what it is. Very expensive lessons is what it is. So, I just, as Alex Hormozy says, it's the cost of failure is how much knowledge or how much you like. Okay, what is it? Sorry, I'm butchering the hell out of it right now, but he said something about if you've got $1,000,000 and your salary is only $100,000, it's costing you $900,000 because you don't know the skills it takes to get $1,000,000. And so my goal is to develop my skills to the point to where I don't make the same mistakes so I can continue to make this money. And if I had to give myself a goal for this month, it's to find some way to make guaranteed or reoccurring revenue, because right now it sucks being only limited to contracts, kind of at the mercy of if I get work or not. You're kind of like a freelancer at that point. So I want to move to the point to where I can have reoccurring revenue. I think that's every business owner's goal, is to get to reoccurring revenue. So all right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Again, I'm sorry I'm not really showing too many workflows. This is more for a progress video. This journey is really more for myself. These videos are really more for myself. I like posting them on YouTube because I know some people do enjoy watching them. But ultimately, if I've got some people out there that don't enjoy watching them, just don't watch them. It is what it is. Leave your comments. That's okay. I'm not going to be hurt. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. For the people who do watch this all the way through, thank you very much. I do appreciate you. You are loved. Leave comments if you'd like me to add anything new, if there's stuff you'd like to see. Again, I don't know what you guys want to see unless you guys tell me. So unless anybody tells me that they want to see something else, this is what I'm going to continue to do. And I'm still going to do these, but if you guys want like more things, like maybe I can take 15 minutes out of my day, once a week, to show you guys like some other workflows and maybe teach you guys some stuff if you want to learn some other things. Or maybe if you guys want to learn how I acquired customers or my clients, or just if you want to learn business related stuff in general, I could teach some stuff like that. But let me know. If not, I'm just going to keep doing these. So, all right, see you guys around. If you made it to the very end and you're somebody who is an actual business owner that's interested in maybe getting in touch to see what I can do to help streamline some of your workflows and increase your processes and enhance them, reach out to me. My business email is jasonholloway@highestsolutions.com. That's spelled JASENHOLLOWAY at HAIASOLUTIONS.com. And I might end up screwing myself here, but if you need to get direct contact with me, my WhatsApp number is 254-402-9201. Reach out to me there if you have an inquiry on anything, and I do free consultations. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Bye.